everyone, and welcome back to Scandalous Media. It's Alana here with a surprise Selena Gomez video. You guys have been asking me to do a Selena video and talk about some of her recent behavior that's showcased again in the media. The request for this video blew up when Selena Gomez attended a Sabrina Carpenter show and was in videos dancing up on her co-star who was not her boyfriend, Benny Blanco. People accused Selena of cheating on Benny, and she even clapped back at the rumors in typical Selena sass. We will discuss all of that in this video, and stay tuned till the end because we will also talk about how Selena really feels about her singing career and why her sudden need to always talk about wanting kids and starting a family after her ex Justin Bieber had his first child with wife Hailey Bieber. So without further ado, let's get started. Make sure to like and subscribe for more, follow us on our social media, check out our merch if you want to rock some cool designs, and now let's get into it. Selena Gomez has gotten up close and personal with men in a relationship or while being in one herself. It's typical Selena, but she hasn't been in a high-profile relationship in so long, so the internet didn't take it well when she was grinding up on someone who's not her boyfriend. People then started accusing Selena of cheating on Benny Blanco after she was caught grinding on her co-star Edgar Ramirez. What happened? Selena was spotted at Sabrina Carpenter's short and sweet show at Madison Square Garden, where she went alongside her Emilia Perez co-star Edgar Ramirez, bestie Connor Franklin, and crew. During Espresso, Selena was caught dancing on Edgar in this video. Selena's bestie Connor originally posted the video on TikTok, but quickly deleted it following the backlash, which only made the whole thing more suspicious. Edgar came behind Selena and wrapped his arms around her waist as they danced together before she pulled away and took a selfie with the group. Many people found it weird how close Selena was dancing with him, considering she's been in a year-long relationship with Benny Blanco. Selena's fans started doing damage control, claiming that Edgar is gay to explain Selena grinding on him. However, there is no confirmation of Edgar being gay or if he's even single. The only slight confirmation is how it's apparently common knowledge that he's gay, according to these users under our Instagram reel about this drama. Edgar had been romantically linked to actress Ana de Armas in the past. He was also linked to Kourtney Kardashian when the duo exchanged flirty messages on Instagram. Quickly after the drama, Selena posted a sultry video of her singing and dancing to Juno, where she tagged Benny, who commented, "Can't keep my hands to myself," referencing Selena's song.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Selena took this opportunity to promote her movie with Edgar when she posted the trailer right after, and then she deleted the video of her dancing to Juno. It wouldn't be Selena drama without some quirky clapback on Instagram, so she posted this on her story shortly afterward. I'm not gonna sit here and excuse her behavior or say it's not a big deal. Instead, I'm here to spill the tea. One thing you have to understand about Selena is that she's very flirty and desires attention 24/7. Gay or not, Selena will grind on you. Trust me, his sexuality wasn't a factor in this. Nonetheless, this isn't how a woman should act in a relationship, as many people pointed out in the comments from our YouTube short. This person also brought up a great point about publicity, which I'll talk about later in the video. Selena's history of touchy behavior. Selena has a history of flirting with men while being in a relationship and being overly touchy with men who are in relationships. She's also the first person to project that behavior on someone else, despite being the very thing she claims to hate. We saw this with James Franco in 2012 when she and Justin Bieber were still dating. She was cozying up to James in September 2012 at the Venice Film Festival. This was a solid month before her breakup with Justin, which occurred at the end of October 2012 and was confirmed in November 2012. This is something that even went viral on TikTok last year, with people saying that James and Ashley Benson were rumored to be hooking up, and Selena did this on purpose. She was hooking up with Orlando Bloom while he was with Katy Perry, as we've exposed first on our blog Scandalous Media, and only got confirmed by these suspiciously close photos of the two of them at her revival party. And then there was weird paparazzi photos of the two of them hanging out on the side of the road and then being seen at the airport together. She was oddly all over Brooklyn Beckham during her 6-minute friendship with Nicola Peltz. She was joking about being in a throuple with Nicola and Brooklyn. Oh, but where's Nicola now? I asked one of my sources about Selena's relationship with Nicola and Brooklyn, and they said, Brooklyn and Selena were the typical scenario of a girl's best friend being weirdly close with her boyfriend. Sometimes it seemed like Selena wanted to be Brooklyn's person of choice whenever he was annoyed at his family or felt stupid from Nicola's end. It gave her some sort of validation because they were often in the corner giggling to each other, and it didn't seem like Nicola minded at first, but little by little there started to be distance between them. Selena also made headlines in Paris last year when she was spotted all close with a mysterious man who ended up being Ramsey Austin, aka the boyfriend of her best friend, Teresa Mingu. Selena-No Boundaries-Gomez. My source once described Selena as the girl you don't want around your man. She's the pick-me at the house party that wants to hang out with your boyfriend because she's one of the bros and wants to ask him what was the indie song he put on earlier.
My mom told me that they want me to be married off a school where you got a scholarship to go and learn. There's no need for us, like for them, they don't pay any fee. So they told me you're not going to be married off.
That's great. Do you believe in love?
In love.
Do you believe in love?
She's the first to point the finger at someone mistreating her by being close to someone else, highlighting it as cheating and projecting on the person by mentioning her insecurities. Selena has traditional values, so she doesn't believe in such a thing as open relationships or acting like you're not exclusive when you are. She bonds with the Martins on having that sense of tradition that sits well with older people. So it's not that, oh, Selena was just having fun turned into this. It's that Selena always preaches against this, so it's giving hypocrite, which is something Selena often is. When I saw the video of Selena and Edgar, I wasn't as surprised as the rest of the internet because it's what I've heard about Selena for many, many years. This is how sources have always described her, and she continuously fits the description without fail. It seems like in every relationship of Selena's, even going as far back as Nick Jonas, there seems to be missing boundaries. So gay or not, she will be really close to your man out of nowhere, so like Nikki said, gotta keep an eye out for Selena. Loving the publicity. Another thing that goes hand in hand with being part of who Selena is her need for attention, and the fact that she uses that attention to promote herself. It's a Selena original at this point. Back in the day, if Selena had a random movie or song dropping, she was somehow spotted with Justin the day before, and suddenly we got everyone conspiring on whether or not the song that was written by 13 other people somehow had a crumb of information about their relationship status. She was well known at the time to cry about only being known for Justin, but was using his silhouette and pictures during her performances.
The whole song thing, he called me this morning about the song with Justin, and I was like, when am I gonna just be good enough by myself? When am I gonna just be good enough by myself? When am I gonna just be good enough by myself?
Notice how she posted the trailer for Emilia Perez directly after the video she posted of her dancing and tagging Benny Blanco. Edgar plays Gustavo Braun, the boyfriend of Selena's character, Jesse Del Monte. The movie's coming out, so she's racking up all the attention she could muster. Now all the media is talking about is who is Edgar, the guy Selena was dancing on? And then it's like, oh, he's starring in a movie with Selena. Oh, what's the movie? When's it coming out? And bam. It's free promo for those who don't know that there's a movie coming out. It's also free promo for Edgar, who, as we mentioned earlier, wants to break out in Hollywood. Selena tagging Benny right after the backlash and getting her friend to delete the TikTok that caused all this drama is typical Selena when we talk about how she's very manipulative. She'll give you a crumb of false loyalty and follow it up with, you know we have a movie coming out, it's work. Or in this case, I can't just dance with my best friend? Selena's messy relationship etiquette. When it comes to Selena Gomez dating Benny Blanco, let's just say social media was shocked. How could innocent Disney bunny Selena Gomez be seen with weird-looking, smelly Benny Blanco? I mean, he's even made the jokes himself, that her fans hate him because they think he's ugly, and how he thinks she did charity by giving him a chance.
The connection is
She's
very
doing charity. She's doing charity with me.
Right now, physically in New York?
With me.
Who's going to come after me? Her fans for mocking you?
Yeah, they already hate me.
What are you talking about?
They already think I'm
What are you
ugly.
talking about? Like, they're all...
And I'm gathering that's kind of the dynamic between Selena and Benny. She feels special and loved because he holds her on this pedestal of, I can't believe you're my girl and you took a chance on a hobo like me. And if it feels Selena's need to feel worshipped again by a guy.
She's just like the best, most genuine person. Everything is so completely real. Like every day when I wake up and I'll like walk by the mirror as I'm like walk to her and I'm like, And I like look at myself and I'm like, how did I get here? Like, how is this my, no, she's one of the sweetest, one of the most charming, one of the most humble people I've ever met. She's such a forward person, and she's like the coolest, the nicest, the sweetest, like everything. Best friend, like she's truly just like my best friend. We just like, we laugh all in day. She's inspires me. Look at me. The only way I get up every day and I look in the mirror and I'm like, how did this happen? But until anyone figures it out, whee!
Selena in 2016 had all these men scrambling for her attention. It was a great sight to see. She was like a siren. But by playing the game for too long and dealing with her own God-given karma, she hasn't felt that special in years. She's the first to say, I know I look really bad right now, but I just wanted to enjoy myself during the holidays, sorry.
Kind of like, I'm a little bit big right now because I enjoyed myself during the holidays. I mean, come on.
She had to mourn the fact that she won't be the old Selena, and she won't get the old Selena treatment, so when Benny came along and made her feel special and loved, she really needed that. In Selena's case, it helps that Benny is the one thinking Selena's doing charity by giving him a chance, because it creates that stable relationship she claims she always wanted. You know, the one where the guy knows he can't get better and will keep putting in the effort to keep you. It's a little hard for that, Selena, since you sometimes push away the stable relationship for the thrill of the unstable. I asked my source a little bit about their relationship and I was told, Benny really likes Selena. She gets off on being the hotter partner because it validates her in some way and he treats her really good. But there are times where she acts like, phew, he's out of my way and I can have fun. That was the vibe we got from the Cannes Film Festival with how she was with Edgar. I also believe Selena and Edgar are primed to have a flirty relationship because it promotes the movie. They are playing up the flirtiness to promote the movie because that's the go-to technique in Hollywood. But usually there is some sort of boundary when a celebrity is in a high-profile public relationship. They're even closer than ever now at the premiere of the movie, which came after the Sabrina concert. Something you have to keep in mind with Selena is that when she gets exposed for doing something that is considered shady, or cheating in this case, she will keep doing it to kind of prove to people, oh no, you didn't catch me slipping, see, this is me, this is normal. It's hard to explain, but if you know, you know. She would do this with Hailey Bieber on social media all the time. The video of her doing her skincare mocking Hailey, yes, she was 100% mocking her, she continued that act for the skincare videos that followed to prove this point of, well, that's just me, that's how I do my skincare. So she's cozying it up again with Edgar to normalize that behavior, because if she were to keep her distance right after the viral video, it kind of makes her look guilty. And everything she does is intentional. She's not a small bean like people make her out to be, she's a piece of work for sure, and she's very smart. Don't take it from me, take it from alleged bestie Taylor Swift.
She's incredibly intelligent. Right. People, it would scare them if they knew how smart she is.
As Raquel told Selena in My Mind and Me, she's addicted to chaos and self-destructs.
And I think people would be surprised and only you know maybe how complex you are. There's like a lot of layers to who you are, and there's a lot of different sides of you. I think that you know the things that fuel you and give you purpose in life, and the things that make you happy. But I don't think you always choose that.
Yeah, that's probably self-sabotage.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think stuff being normal or not having chaos is actually uncomfortable. Because if you think about it, your life for so long from such a young age has always been chaos.
Yeah.
Even if Edgar is gay, he is the typical version of a masculine, rough-looking man that Selena's into. He's literally her type. She was never into the pretty boys because most of the men she dated behind the scenes had that mature sexiness to them. He's older and Selena has always been into older guys. So to use her favorite word to describe things, flirting with him looks like fun for her. I don't blame you guys if any of this is shocking to you because Selena has truly kept a huge part of her life out of the media because she was so used to milking decade-old drama. Benny isn't someone Selena would have ever given a second look at 8 years ago. He's also more on the feminine side, which is cool and whatever, but from what I know, it was never her cup of tea. She was all about looks at one point and status, but I guess vanity fades at some point and life humbles us all. My guess is Selena doesn't know how to be in a relationship, which is why it took her so long to finally be in one. I believe she still has this identity of, but I'm the single girl, and I'm gonna take these shots because I'm single, and I can cuddle your man because, did you know I'm single? That was her identity for so long, so I think she has a hard time shedding it. Even I have a hard time separating Selena from the drama she brings to the table. Sure, she kept the table entertaining, but who are you when you're not complaining? She was also weird for doing this because as she was making those "I'm single and no one will ever love me" TikToks, she was in a fully formed relationship with Benny, so do with that information what you will. Sources have always stated to me, and it seems pretty evident by Selena's behavior, that Selena has always been surrounded by yes people. It's rare that someone ever disagrees with her, and she's very charming. Even if Benny didn't like the way she was dancing on Edgar, which I'm sure he didn't, she has a way of being charming about it and talking him out of whatever he's feeling to basically make her behavior okay. And this is true because look at what Vulture writes. Sometimes you just need to let loose at a Sabrina Carpenter concert with your girlfriends, even if that girlfriend is just your 47-year-old male co-star. Like, what? Selena has a way of normalizing her behavior and then gaslighting you into thinking it's normal. So that's Selena for you. She's always messy, she's addicted to drama and attention, and she has a hunger to get what she wants. My issue with Selena is that you can always find her in a corner rambling about her continued behavior needs to be excused, but if anyone does it back to her, then send the army. She was recently at what looks like a dinner for Rare Beauty, and she continued playing her favorite game, being a gaslighting victim, saying that there's power in being vulnerable, and screw anyone who calls you a victim, you're a survivor in her book.
So, screw anyone who tells you you're a victim, you're a survivor in my
Which tea, but what's funny enough is that the general public did not take this well because she's using the idea of being vulnerable to continue getting away with erratic behavior under the guise that she's being strong. You know how many people social media had to bully just so Selena could feel good about herself? They bullied Bella Hadid because Selena claimed she couldn't be as pretty as her, and bullied her even more when Bella ignored Selena, forgetting the fact that she was friends with Bella and then dated her man. They bullied Demi for not responding to Selena's attention-seeking praise after her OD, even though Selena's bestie was making horrible remarks about Demi surviving her OD. And let's not forget that Demi has slyly opened up about the mean girl behavior in her friendship with Selena. They bullied Hailey all because Justin decided to get away from Selena and move on. How dare the man she used for attention and was caught hitting move on from her? They'll tell you it's because Hailey plotted to get Justin away from Selena, but that's not the case because they were never in a fully formed relationship after 2012. They bullied Charlie Puth for saying Selena emotionally used him and manipulated him, and because he worded something in a stupid way, his entire defense got thrown out. To this day, the clarity he gave us about how Selena emotionally manipulated him is not used because they claim he was obsessed with her and mad at her, even though he said she led him on and used him. They bullied Justin relentlessly for years because she couldn't stop shading him and every girl he ever met. Let's not forget about all the girls that got ripped apart and picked at because Selena couldn't stop egging people on to feel bad for her and bullied the other girls. Justin had to come to their defense several times just to be told to shut up. So no, Selena, we don't call you out because you're a survivor, we call you out because you weaponize abuse time and time again. If social media isn't destroying someone to make Selena Gomez feel better, you can bet there won't be a tomorrow. And I'm not sure if she understands that all this complaining and the false sense of strength does more harm to herself than good because she isn't self-aware of just how disastrous her actions can be. And it feels like she just hypes herself up all over again to go backwards. When Selena is finally honest about herself, she glows differently. When she finally started to let go of past trauma that she subconsciously was spreading, she was able to see some growth in her career. For example, she finally opened up about how she doesn't really like doing music, something I've been saying for a decade. I'll never forget writing about how Selena wants to be seen as a serious actress and doesn't enjoy music in 2013, and I had to deal with a bunch of threats from her fans. All for her to slowly come out and drop the whole music act. In 2013, Selena claimed that her Stars Dance album would be her last album to come, and she felt confident enough to say this because she already had 4 or 5 other movies lined up for her. When all those movies flopped and they didn't push her into the serious acting world, she came out with her most polished era to date, which was the Revival era. The Revival era of 2015 and the Droplet era of 2017 solidified Selena as a serious artist as she came out with better music than ever before and was putting in the work for her stage presence and performances. At the time, I still held my belief strong based on the sources I've spoken to over the years who told me Selena doesn't want to be a singer and how she's passionate about acting and is only doing the singing bit because that's what brings her relevancy. By 2019, Selena was in a really bad place with her mental health, involvement with alcohol and drugs, and recovering from the blow that was Justin's wedding and marriage to Hailey. She performed at the AMAs her song Lose You to Love Me, and look at her now. There was so much speculation that night that Selena was drunk because she was wobbling all over the red carpet. Everyone trolled Selena for her interesting presence at the AMAs because at this time, her fans were bullying and ridiculing anyone who was linked to Justin and Hailey, and anyone who decided to stop being friends with Selena due to her toxic nature. While Selena was secretly dealing with the battles Demi Lovato publicly opened up about, Selena's fans kept wishing worse for Demi, all because they thought Demi wronged Selena for not continuing to praise her in the media and for developing a friendship with Justin. Fans didn't even show remorse when Selena's best friend Teresa made harmful comments about Demi in 2018 following her OD. Basically, what you have to understand is that Selena's whole life has been people patting her on the back and excusing behavior they wouldn't be able to handle from someone else. It all got to her head, and she needed to have several harsh wake-up calls behind closed doors.
It's dangerous to stay in a victim mentality.
Close friends of Selena have all experienced the side of her that would completely shock social media. Selena had done a pretty good job at leading fans and admirers astray from the truth, and when she said in 2024 that music was always a hobby that got bigger than expected, this led fans to feel hopeless with Selena. They felt like they didn't know her, and that was just because Selena was being truthful for once. Nowadays, her fans will say, oh, she hates performing, and haha, her label is gonna force her to put out another album, but what you have to understand is that Selena can't really sing, which is why she never enjoyed being on stage. She always felt like a fraud and needing to add smoke and mirrors to her performances to deal with peers in the music industry who could actually sing. So when she finally hit mainstream success with acting, we finally got to see a lighter Selena. The fact that she's doing something she's passionate about, in this case acting, has helped a lot with her mental health. Selena finally feels like she's where she's at and where she's always dreamed of being, and I could applaud her for never giving up. I mean, the Selena from 2013 would not be getting away with the stuff she did get away with if she didn't constantly reinvent herself. She's still deeply insecure about everything though, which is why she victimized herself when an interviewer asked her about a scene of hers that everyone turned into a meme.
Selena, there's one line of yours in particular in the film that has already become kind of a low-key meme.
Oh, which one?
Is it part of the appeal of the role to you? Do you like the idea of maybe shocking people with like a sort of a twist on your persona?
No, that's not the point. And to be honest, that's disappointing to hear. But I get it. The world of social media. I'm honored.
She was so offended, and she still gets offended to this day about things that trigger her insecurity, even though she is sometimes behind some of the behavior and stuff that triggers her insecurity.
I'm going to diminish myself a little bit here. I'm not as happy with what I feel like I could have done in Spanish, but it's more overall, I hope that it doesn't hinder my performance.
One of those things can be seen how often she talks about wanting to start a family and having kids. Is it an insecurity for Selena to not be where she once planned? Maybe. But people have noticed that ever since Hailey and Justin announced their pregnancy in May 2024, suddenly Selena and Benny started talking about marriage, settling down, and starting a family. I'm not sure how directed this is at Justin and Hailey. It could be just that Selena feels more comfortable opening up, or it could be the fact that Selena loves to play the comparison game with Justin. I think her feelings toward Justin have turned more into bitterness than sadness. I think she's over the sad, oh my god I miss him, and is now onto the, I love to spite you and your little wife. This explains why even in 2024, we'll still have a moment or two that ties us back to Jelena. I mean, for what it's worth, Selena is doing better than before, and she is achieving her acting dreams, which proves that all you need to do is work on yourself to truly move on and be happy. Don't get me wrong, there are still random spiteful moments that come from Selena, but like Raquel said, she has a history of creating chaos, and a habit is a hard thing to break. Selena got candid in an interview a few weeks ago about her relationship with Benny, and she revealed that she can't get pregnant. The Vanity Fair cover story titled Selena Gomez on her best role yet and romance with Benny Blanco, I've never been loved this way, opens up about her evolving plans for motherhood and details of her relationship with Benny. When asked about the engagement rumors between her and Benny, the reporter writes that marriage isn't an institution that Gomez ever wanted to rush into, which is interesting because Selena has said in the past that by age 25, she thought she'd be married, and when things didn't go as planned, she threw herself a wedding-themed birthday party when she turned 30. It now seems that she has other things in mind and that her family isn't pressuring her into marriage, nor is she pressuring Benny. Despite plans of wanting to start a family by age 35, she says, before I met my boyfriend, I was single for 5 years with the exception of going on a few dates, and I was like, okay, if this is the vibe, then what's the most important thing to me? Family. Selena has mentioned before that she would be open to adopting children because she is not able to carry children on her own, saying, but I unfortunately cannot carry my own children. I have a lot of medical issues that would put my life and the baby's in jeopardy. That was something I had to grieve for a while. In Selena's 2022 documentary My Mind and Me, she shared that she may not be able to have kids due to her bipolar medication. She also told Rolling Stone that she doesn't plan to stop taking her medication to become pregnant and will start a family of her own however she is meant to. She tells Vanity Fair, I thought it would happen the way it happens for everyone, but I'm in a much better place with that. I find it a blessing that there are wonderful people willing to do surrogacy or adoption, which are both huge possibilities for me. It made me really thankful for the other outlets for people who are dying to be moms. I'm one of those people. I'm excited for what that journey will look like, but it'll look a little different. At the end of the day, I don't care. It'll be mine. It'll be my baby. Selena ends the topic of children and talks about marriage by saying, we always make sure we're protecting what we have, but there's no rules. I want him to always be himself. I always want to be myself. I'm not changing my name no matter what. I am Selena Gomez. That's it. This is a huge step from the Selena we've been seeing for a decade, you know, the one who cried wolf so many times about being single. I do think the only one that ever held her back was herself, and when she started focusing on things that she was passionate about, she looked lighter. Regarding her acting career, Selena's been spotted at many different events, and just a few months ago, Netflix said they plan to campaign for Selena in the Best Supporting Actress category at the Oscars for her performance in Emilia Perez. Following her Emmy nomination for acting and her Best Actress win at the Cannes Film Festival, Netflix is now pushing for Selena to secure an Oscar. The Oscars are essentially the film's industry equivalent of the Grammys. If Selena were to win, it could solidify her status as a serious actor. The Oscars are not an easy award to win. They notoriously made Leonardo DiCaprio wait decades before winning his first one. It was only in 2016, about 26 years into his acting career, when he finally won one. Selena hasn't been nominated yet, but it will be interesting to see how far this campaign goes. Do you think she'll be nominated, and how do you feel about Selena's recent actions? Make sure to tell us your comments down below, and check out our merch to rock some cool designs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.